Hi, and welcome to another episode of Passport to Payments. I'm joined by Thomas from Circle K in this episode. Thomas, please introduce yourself and your role at Circle K.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. My name is Thomas Bergmann. I'm responsible for B2C Payment Products globally in Circle K. So that is Europe, it's Scandinavia, of course, and then it's US and Canada.
It's really good that to get the time to sit down with you at Money 2020. What's one thing that you've seen at the event? How's it been so far?
I just arrived.
Yeah?
No, I think it's very intense. A lot of inspiration, a lot of different vendors trying to sell you a lot of different things. But overall, I'm here for inspiration. I'm here to learn. I'm here to essentially meet and greet, but also get a little bit behind. So it's not just a matter of a fancy sales pitch, but also get a little bit in deep to figure out can the different vendors that I meet will actually deliver.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear what the probing questions are that you asked to know. So as customer expectations continue to evolve, and I think you have this problem specifically, how important is it for closed-loop payment ecosystems to become more flexible and seamless, maybe digitally enabled?
Well, I think if you look at closed-loop payment as a payment method, I think the first question needs to answer is what's the future of it? I mean, that's at least the question that I get internally in the organization. And I think as I see it, first of all, it's the link to loyalty. I mean, the closed-loop payment as we saw it was one of the first loyalty propositions as such, the old fuel card. So essentially what we are after is to develop the second generation mobility card that is something that we can use across both a fuel side and EV side, but also convenience store, which is like the transitioning that we are on from a Circle K journey point of view. The closed loop payment also from a product point of view, of course, has advantages. You have the cost structure. It's more cost efficient for us. It's also a product that the customer knows and believe is simple. And I think from our point of view, simplicity, ease, speed of transaction, we know that the customers want it. But we need to enhance it. We need to increase the number of use cases digitally, EV, and link to loyalty, which we don't have as of today, but hopefully we'll have together with you.
Very soon. Consumers expect payments to be fast, invisible, seamless. These are all buzzwords, but I think it's true at the same time. What does a great payment experience look like from your perspective, or Circle K's perspective, I should say?
I think a payment experience from my point of view, again, always to the lens of the customer, is very much a matter of speed. The customers, they come in and you can say payment, even though it becomes more of an integrated part of the customer proposition, customer expect seamless. They expect speed, but that doesn't necessarily have to be an in-app. That's also just always have a standard tap to pay, always have wallets enabled, always make it easier and fast to transact. And then the other thing would be that it's essentially affordable, that when you have a payment method, that you offer more than just a transaction, but the customers know that the minute that they tap, it is again tied to loyalty, and it's something that they can see visually either in-app or on when they log in.
Mm-hmm. So being able to engage and visually see that I'm getting something back from users.
It is extremely important. But I also think what is key is that we live in a world that has changed a little bit the past years. So we also see when we look at our customer contact center that security becomes an even more important part of the play. So we see more customers being worried about, in some cases, for example, in the US, you still pay with a PIN. You also see it someplace in Europe, not as much, but still security matters. So it's important when you go out to the customer, you can document that if you choose to go with a closed loop payment method from Circle K, that is still secure. So you can say you can get all the benefits, you can get all the discount, but if it's exposed to fraud, no one wants it. So it is important to balance the expectation from the experience side, from a proposition side, and also from a security side.
Looking ahead, which payment trends or technologies do you think will have the biggest impact on the future of retail and mobility?
Payment methods. Mm-hmm. I think it's essentially a very choice-based, and I think that it's not a one-size-fits-all. You will have multiple payment methods. I think from a few retail and a retailer like Circle K, it's a matter of having a suite of products. So we can cater for the customers that are extremely tech savvy, EV driven, and so forth, but also need to cater for the customers that are mainly unbanked, prefers cash, because they are all transacting with us, and we need to ensure that they are all perceived equally, that they are all perceived as relevant. But I think from a new payment method point of view, I mean, I think if you take a keyword here is the agentic payment, obviously it's interesting, but I don't think it's necessarily something that you will see having a widespread across our site. But I think we will see it from another thing. If you take a look at the customer onboarding, if you take a look at the personalization, there I think you will see a lot of technology evolving that will, at the end of the day, make it easier, faster, and more secure for customers to transact.
Sometimes it's not necessarily just the payment itself, it's the ancillary products.
It is.
The ecosystem.
It is. It's the entire ecosystem. And I think that that's also really what we're moving towards, that it's not just a matter of a payment transaction. We see payment as a product. We see payment as an integrated an extension of our loyalty program. So it's an experience, but it's coming from a more basic, you transact from A to B, into more of a proposition that we can offer to the customer. But that, of course, comes with a price, and we need to deliver on certain expectations. So it's not just money from A to B, but that it's an experience, that it is secure, and that it is simple and fast from a customer point of view.
Thank you so much, Thomas, for taking the time and speaking with me.
Of course. Thank you.